and stimulating discussions on issues trending for the day. On Face the Issues, we don't discuss personalities, but issues involving personalities. Face the Issues brings you logic, explains logic, and invites you to discuss with logic. It's Face the Issues every Monday to Friday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Freedom FM 87.9. Don't miss it.
And then you got money for me where you come from. Go ask the people for his house in local county. So we need to be careful. There's some things we want to know about the talking about something for the university. And we're looking for it. Another thing is, as a leader, if you want to talk about rescue, you must get it close. What day person we are up in? Stop them, you must bring your record to the table. Here is scholarship paying. Here is yes, I'm doing. What day you talking about that gas business? But what gas you want for yourself? So the parents say you get it. What you do with it? Everybody else do what kind of thing?
You see what like young people are? When you devil, you supporting the other side. You devil. The day you join me, you in your that the hypocrisy of the masses. Me, I'm not part of that one there. If I was staying alone, I was staying alone. But if somebody that buy me, all day the men are buy me, all day the men are buy me, soon the men join your side, then the men are good men. I can't do that one there. I can't do that one there. You see, that's why I say the country not ready yet. So they say politics make strange bedfellows. That means you might go in bed with the worst people possible. I can't. I will not say too much here, but that's all I will tell you. I'm Henry Costa. I don't change. It is the people who support me that change. Today, when I'm on their side, are good men. And I'm on their side, are bad men. But I'm not changing you that they don't want changing. The only time a hero was on their side. They won't join bed with devil, and I won't be with devil, then a bad man. When I stay there with them, you see, that's why the people are responsible for what they suffer. Election cow, election cow, MIPA, I will not suffer. If I take part in election, and I take part in election, I will not suffer. Government job, and my pa never held government job before. My man never held government job before. Nobody ever held government job before. The people that joining you, you think they're joining you to go sit down behind the table? They won't see at the table. You think the people, they think the devil then are joining you today. What? We were causing them yesterday. They made corrupt. They made a King Kong. They all made a gorilla. Today the gorilla that was in. Today the King Kong that was in. That is the hypocrisy. And the people are the ones that can allow the politician to use them.
I remember guys selling here.
The politicians they can use them because every day they see politicians will tell you say a lot of people then wicked. Today they not get power here. They see wicked people that they are new partner then. So sometimes you sit down there. They say when your Christmas will be good, you can tell by the eve. If they are willing to do business with the same bad people today, then you sit down there, you say, oh, we don't want to use the people when we win, we'll kick them one side. What side you see that one? They see people that join it today that they don't want to be in the cabinet join them tomorrow. They don't want to get a minister join them tomorrow. Then they see bad thing there where you say, oh, you not want to happen abroad no more. They see it will happen. Because they say, monkey can leave a client behind. When you talk, then they say, oh, we need a number. We need a number. But you already get a number. The number comes from the masses. You already get the masses. The masses are already on your side. So to many people, you don't need them. You don't need everybody to win. But you see, they don't like to hear those kind of things from Costa because Costa is not a politician. Costa is a patriot. A patriot. You see, they got sunshine patriot and then they get a patriot when they reinforce it. They get reinforced patriot, they get sunshine patriot. Me, I'm the all-weather patriot. Whether a rain or a shine, I'm a patriot. When a bad, a bad. When a good, a good. I don't see it in the middle. You also don't let them fool you. I can tell you, say, oh, yeah, at election time, we need a number. When the people that come, what will say, we just got to work with them. But then the same people will be running the government tomorrow. So this is not specific to any particular camp. I'm not saying this. I'm not targeting any particular camp. I'm saying across the aisle. But then the people you become friends with, they say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. They say birds of the same feather flock together. So when the people now, I'm not comfortable to work with them. So what name then you call? How some people won't work with them? How can you say all dated men apartment to more than you and the men your political allies? I'm not able to do that one day. But it's just me. Some people can say, oh, because I was waiting to hear from you. We waiting to hear from you. If you're not joined on board now, maybe your career will die. My career will die. I'm 40-year-old. If some people in career were dead before I resurrected it, that my own way die, I will not resurrect it. Listen, I will leave with a parable. Some people in their own career were dead before I resurrected it. When my own father, I will not resurrect it. But listen, let me tell you. Oh, my man, when you not come on board, your career will die, your career will die. But listen, let me tell you one question. Me, I want to leave with. Some people there, their own were dead before. Working or that way Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead. So if my own died now, 2029, I will not resurrect. But in any way, I will leave it here. Let me get a small thing so they can go talking. I will speak to the nation very soon. And I will talk some things the nation will be.
First, the issues, we don't discuss personalities. Never, ever will we ever do that. So we never discuss personalities for issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't in any way hesitate, but rather we tear you apart. And because of the pain associated with tearing you apart, or pain that we attend tearing you apart, we just tell you sorry. But that sorry does not in any way mean that we regret our actions. That saying is going wilder, bigger by the day. And so we are right here together again to do what we think we can do for country. It's a fascinating night, people. A lot of things are coming up. Goodies are coming up tonight. Great deals of information are coming up tonight. We need them, and you will get them from right here, the 2-4 platform. And that is where we are, and that is what we do. And so we are forever able to explain to you what the information means. So that's the strength in what we've got at Freedom. We don't just give you the information and you think about what is it. No. We explain it to you. We make you to exhaust it and take it as your own. So that when you run out there as students of this class, when you are arguing with your friends, you can argue with them on the basis of the strength of education. That's when I see most of you can catch most of your friends and say, all the thing that you're talking here, so do you really understand what you just said? Or did you understand what you just said? All the kind of questions you will start asking because they are arguing from the blindfold thoughts. Why you come with information and able to explain to them what really it is. That's the difference between you people and them. And most of them, I don't know what's their problem. They will tell you, say, who can't listen to that man? But again, they want to argue mentioning the guy. How will you not be listening to me and you talking about me? Everywhere you part, I be man there. When I even let listen to you, say, you're talking all kinds of things. How did you know at all kinds of things if you did not listen to the all kinds of things? So I can know that deep down they can be listening. And they just have some kind of way to put it up. But you know, and there are people who will sit in a class and they will not follow the license because they don't like the teacher. You know, I remember I used to have a physics lecturer or teacher, and he told me, he said, AB, the only way you'll be able to pass my physics class is that you love me. Because anytime I see him come here, I get vexed. But once I started creating love for him, I started scoring. He physics. So when you love the teacher, you will learn. If you hate the teacher, you will not learn. Because anything he's saying there, you just vex. So as a result, most people will listen to me and sit in this class, but they are not learning because they don't let the teacher. But they must sit in the class. That's the problem with them. While other students are happily sitting in the class, they are learning because they like to follow the teacher. And a lot of things are happening. Great deal of movement for people. And let me say us up to a Concerned Liberia Network and folks in the diaspora who could raise anything and do anything for the sake of their country. They sent back home
their remittances. And for the sake of this country, they worked hard, school their children, make sure to make their children better for the better future of this country. They contributed immensely towards the betterment of this country. I want to say thank you all so much. That's why some people will say, AB, why is it sometimes you talk about why will I in this word tell you that I don't support or encourage that? Why you think the essence of us traveling is to go and get and bring back? Why you think the Lebanese are here? They come, get, and carry back. Why you think the Ghanaians are here? They come, get, and carry back. The Nigerians, they come, get, carry back. That is why it is. We too also travel too, we bring it back. And that is the point. So I will not be against anybody traveling anywhere, especially the great United States of America, where we all come from. That's where you have to make the money, but the enjoyment of that money is back here in your home. You can't enjoy money in America. I don't know whoever enjoy money there. No. The place for you to really enjoy money is to bring it here. So we'll make sure that our relationship is strengthened by the day. And I saw this very much important for all of you. Right here. We are right here together. And I think I'm very much happy. And tonight, we are certainly getting there. And a lot of things we'll talk about. But the Nima County folks, I had wanted to call a few other persons and up. I understand that there are some women who delivered, and I tried to reach out to the focal person of the women who delivered at the JFK Medical Center. They said some of them they are owing the JFK, some of them 150 or so forth here and there, and the JFK people say they will not go anywhere unless they pay, so they give you the people there. So the women then they don't have money. They don't have money. They are people like you in the context of the law, they call them indigents. They don't get money. They are poor people. So as a result of that, God could have it. Somebody directed them to JFK. They went there and they safely delivered, and they have their babies with them, most of them. And they, I don't know, I tried to get to somebody being advocating for them, and I just thought to highlight that. And I think I will try to check behind that to see what's the number, but it said there are around 14, 15 persons who are there at the JFK and so forth. So we'll try to check behind that. So somebody should be able to help them out, and or maybe some intervention can be made. All right, so I will get full details on that, then we'll be able to go on with that. And I so it's very much good for you. Welcome to class, folks. How's everything with you? I will be doing so fine. Right? Good. You know, this morning I listened to our junior brothers and Austin and that of Abu, and they were talking about the drug issue, the drug case, and so forth. And it all ties in every other thing that's been talked about there. The guy spoke, and it really made a lot of sense. And everything centers around one Frank Musa Dean. And guess what's happening? The protest that was staged, I want to say thanks to the Concerned Liberal Network, led by Y. Michael Gilman, and team that were very supportive of the gathering we had here on the 5th of June. The indictment for Glorious Musu Scout and she and her children, who allegedly murdered Chala Musu, is up. But there's something unusual unfolding. If you follow the trends on Facebook all over, the police, that is unusual though. It's like, let's say for instance, we are waiting and we say, okay, this time we will not go grab anybody when we know that we have nothing against it, because it is the right of the police. Especially when a person has crossed the stage of person of interest and they have now entered the territory of a suspect. That's the only way you come away indictment. That's the only way you come out with that. So that person has entered the territory of suspect. It gives the police all the rights to move for you and arrest you. This time the police will now arrest you and then tell you that you have a right to remain silent. At the time, they will read all your Miranda rights. They will read all of your rights to you. So that they will tell you you have a right to your counsel. At that time, now you will be looking for your counsel to follow you to the police station. But this case, as we speak, the police, they're treating these people, I don't know how to describe it. This is not a case wherein you have to treat these people preferentially. The police has extended invitation through the lawyers of Gloria Musu Scout and her entire family. Told them, say they're supposed to appear at the police headquarters today. They did not show up. They say one fire, I don't know who fire, what kind of council or fire or whatever, whoever. He decided to even go to the police station today and begging that they will be able to bring the people. Can you imagine? Someone is now in the purview. The kind of preferential treatment they're giving these people. They're telling them, you know what's that? And I was just speaking with one of the senior law enforcement officers in this country, and the president just said, AB, from all indications now, there's no law enforcement in this country. Because enforcement, that is what it is. So, we have all waited. There were some of the grounds for which they couldn't go for them because they are not have any substantial reason to go for them. Now that you have done everything and you think you have your evidence and everything is clear now and the point's there, what is the essence of saying that you will call their lawyer? They're supposed to be telling you at your police station that they will call their lawyer there to come meet them there. Because you are now convinced. That is not the case. They invited them today. They didn't show up. And their counsel went there begging the police and saying that, you know what, and they're expecting them tomorrow again, Friday. Tuesday they will be able to bring it. You know why they're doing that? They are running people to come and protest and obstruct justice. That's what that's why the police got to be proactive. We told you this thing here. There is certain honor to in this whole thing. We told you. Some of us, when we're talking, we told you, and a time now for us to know who then be really standing for justice in this country. Let me see the bunch of human beings who not get sense in this country that will come and stand, say they're coming in defense and obstruct justice and say, don't put them to arrest. Because we know that there's someone to arrest. They have been silent. They have never told us who to arrest. For the onset, when they heard about Koji, they mean that when they were protesting all over, doing all of the calls, calling on the police director to go to the Liberal Senate, all the political moves that they were making it, the time now for the real justice system to take its course, all of them going to sit down. They don't want to identify anybody to go arrest. But we are saying the police, the justice system should grab these people because from all situations, this is what it is. So, you see this country, when we be telling you some of these things, you don't get it. We'll be telling you these things, you don't get it. And some of us, why will this be happening, my people? This is a murder we're discussing here. So you buy time, all of the police officers are moving. And I'm not surprised at all of these things. And I don't know if these people are clear with it and so forth. Patrick Sulu, chief, I don't know. Why is it now? Because the only reason you have given us, we don't want to rush before we grab the wrong person and we don't get anything against them. But now there is something. Government prosecutors, private prosecutors have informed us that the indictment is now due. It's all set. It's not different from what the police funding have been over the period. But But to go arrest the woman now, they're doing it like, I don't know how to describe it. They are doing it some kind of way. They're trying to play fun with it. They want to give her preference. How is that? This girl died. People lied about her death. They concocted stories. So lies they want to put together all over the place. These things are about to come to light. If there is no other person, what happens? These are things that we talk about every day, and it is happening. Justice is about to take its course for Charlo Musu. Thanks to all those who stood out there and then went to protest on our 5th day of June. Thank you. Thanks to the Concerned Liberal Network. But again, we have a problem with the system, how the system is working. Do you know what has happened to our justice system in this country? It has been damned. And I want to say thanks so much to George Blamo Dixon. You know, the courtroom is not a place that you'll be putting everything in the public here and there, but it was very important. That's what I told my woman the last time, Madam Eva Mapimog. I told her, I said, Madam, you don't have to be a line, these kind of things. Look, you got to fire back as it comes. Nobody going to say, because this is our country. People threat on lies, and those lies can land up in people report them as supposed to be credible reports. It come on the international report. These lies that people do in this country, it can land up in international reports, and it had to damned on you as a person. We cannot sit back anymore and allow that to happen. Instead of Frank Musa Dean prevailing on the police and asking them, I tell them, say, but why are you people waiting for? We have already done this. What's the issue? It is the prosecutor that should be having problem with the police for not effecting arrest. Instead, it is the prosecutor who's telling the police, you're not doing it. You're sitting here. We'll call them. Your way, you're doing this way. And the police itself knows exactly what they ought to do. In as much as the prosecutor have come up with something, which of course appears and makes anyone a suspect, that suspect falls under the confines of the Liberia National Police. You got 48 hours. If you arrest those people, you got your 48 hours to deal with that. Liberia National Police, you got it. That one is at your private. Constitutionally, you have that. That is the law. You have that. The Justice Minister can do nothing about that. They can have that. If they want to release the people, let utilize your 48 hours that you have them, press them, send them to court. If they want to say there's nothing happening to these people, that's it. You can move. But the police could press charges. And the police came out with a report. They were ready ever since. So why? Then you get one lawyer going there and say, and the lawyer, they merely know. The lawyer themselves said it out there and said, oh, we want for you to plead your time. Nobody has even told them, say, XYZ. All you do is, that I don't know, they're giving the client preferential treatment. I don't know why. Today is Thursday. That today they're supposed to have gone and so forth here and there, but look at what's happening. Then somebody beg and say, tomorrow Friday, that the time they're supposed to come. And the police are expecting them tomorrow. But the lawyers are saying that no, they're begging them for them to get there. Wait Tuesday, that Tuesday they should come for them to appear before the police. You see the kind of fun that we can play with some things in this country? You see the fun that we play in this country? But you don't blame them. You blame Frank Musa Dean. I don't know why the police urge you to afraid of that man. Are you finding something? Why, if these people were to leave the country, police, why you think you will hold that lawyer? That lawyer is not responsible. Any lawyer today, if that woman left this country, you can't hold any lawyer. You didn't arrest the lady and be on your custody for the lawyer to go sign, like it was done in the case of Costa, who had to leave this country. You didn't do that. So whatever the lawyer asking you for here and there, if that lady leave the country or any of the family member, they were to leave the country, you people are going to be held responsible for that. Why buying all of these times? Do you know how long? is the issue. They are buying time because of X, Y, Z. Yeah, but let's forget about it. These people are supposed to be arraigned before court to answer to whether they are guilty or not guilty. And if so, no problem. Why? Look, this country is an interesting country. Like I said, the JUNE comrades. Today, you will not believe. After Frank Musa Dean has lied about this drug case, he attacked the entire judicial system of this country, jurors as well as judges. He attacked them and lied. Until today, he's questioned all over the place. And I'm telling McCarthy and his team at that U.S. embassy, because he said it. And let me tell you, McCarthy, what the man has done. The man has gone to the judge to apologize. The Musa D man are you looking at down there? He has gone to the judge to apologize. I'm telling you now so that the embassy people then can get it. That this is what's happening now. Because we don't want you to look. We are our country. We know that we are corrupt. We know this, that. But some of the things you will say about all let it be true. That's why we say some of the information you hear from, even we Liberian, you verify it for yourself before you can even include it into your reports. Even the newspapers. Yes, a contempt proceeding, but they say, look, George Blamo Dixon, I want to say thank you so much in this, because that drug case, when they came up, all kinds of publications all over the place. And thank God everything is up. Musa Dean has ruined the entire justice system. He has rendered it useless to the international community to the extent that these kind of terrible things are happening all of the time. They just mention people naming reports for no reason. Judge Mappy Morgan was in report for something that hasn't even been finalized. But it's in a report. Today, the drug issue is going to be in the State Department report again. And I like it. This is a contempt proceeding. When Front Page Africa reported, the way they reported on the drug issue, talking about jurors, tempering, all those kind of things here and there, in the contempt proceeding hearing, which copy is in my hand, you could see that some of the jurors, they were caught up as witnesses, and they are here, right here. All the witnesses, they are here. They put them right here in the contempt proceeding. In the end, Front Page Africa, through his lawyers, Momo and that of the body and so forth, they had to apologize to the judge for the kind of publication that they did concerning the drug thing. Because I said, well, Front Page was reporting it the other way. McCarthy was saying it the same way Front Page was reporting it. And Musa Dean wrote, so you could see the line of condemnation of the justice system. Musa Dean comes up, condemns the justice system. Then Front Page Africa reports it. McCarthy comes up, has a press conference, and then condemns the justice system as well. You could see the line of it. But this judge was very prudent enough to say, look, let somebody come and answer to this. And when this happened, Front Page Africa had to apologize. And this was the final. This is what the judge said in the end. He said, the court, wherefore, in view of the foregoing, the apology extended to the court by the management of Front Page Africa newspaper by and through the legal counsel is hereby rejected. They apologized, but the judge rejected it. I hope some of these things will be sent to the U.S. embassy and so forth, so that they know these records. Now, it is there clearly that this case, it was not something like jury tampering and so forth, because you have a clear evidence. You know what they call clear evidence? McCarthy is not a lawyer anyway. You know what they call clear? You can get whatever evidence in your hand like this. One, you cannot prove it. It's done. Why you think when you saw somebody stabbing somebody here and then they tell you that the man allegedly did it, you must go and prove that the man stabbing killed this man? Don't you clearly, from your layman thinking, you clearly saw the man stabbing this man, but you must go to court to prove that whether that is stabbing here, that is stabbing here killed this man. Whether that it did it. In the law, you don't talk about clear evidence. You can't talk about clear evidence. What do they call clear evidence in law? You know what they call clear evidence? Clear evidence that is not proven is no evidence. So these things, laymen don't just look at it and just condemn the justice system. Musa Dean did that today. Musa Dean promised that he will get back the people money. Musa Dean today turned over the passports of those people that they indicted wrongly. They left the real people out. Mr. President, you know, sometimes it's your job, it's what you have. This man has desecrated. I don't know. What can I advise that man able to get you, Mr. President? Because he's the only one who can stand against you in terms of advising you whichever way. What can I advise this man able to get you, Mr. President? I want to really know. This man is conflicted everywhere. That is money Austin now even talking about how he get relationship with Joe Abijade. He had been a lawyer for the man before. That's why he never stepped in court. When Arthur Johnson said when they were having their arrest something, Arthur Johnson said when they went and checked, most of the reports that were coming on Musa Dean were all inside the report and kicking against Arthur Johnson there. Arthur Johnson said it. There's no big case in this country that Musa Dean attached to. So why is he doing that now? The man is conflicted. And the GM comrades were saying that he didn't see the indictment. No, he saw it. He directed the way they went because he intended to get his clients free. When the police really want to get somebody free, when they're ready to write charges, they want to get somebody free, there are specific elements and things that they will not put there. But they will press that charge and go. They will know that they fraudulent doing it. They know that. They will just press it and go so that when you go to court, you can't get anything out of it. So the same way, if the prosecutor want to really get somebody off the hook, they know how to do it. They can come up with frivolous things that can be proven. Then you say, oh yeah, the man ain't going to court and I carry the person to court. You know how they carry the person to court? You know what the person is doing? All the things that they put, you think they want to prove it. Do you know what they call indictment? Indictment is an allegation. And that allegation will have to be proven by you. And guess what? In the court of law, it is the business of the prosecutor in criminal prosecution to eliminate all doubts in relation to them being convinced or convincing the jury or convincing the judge, if it is a bench trial, that this person did this. They must erase any doubt, any reasonable doubt. That means in a reasonable man thinking that it's a doubt. Oh no, they must erase all of it. Then the work of the defendants, the defense counsel, is to create and look for the doubt within the prosecutor's argument. So you see the two things there. One person is responsible to erase all the doubt. There should be no doubt about it that this person is the one that did it. The work of the defense counsel is to create doubt. And any doubt that is created, it operates in favor of the accused or the defendant. You see what the law is? So, Musa didn't created the doubt in that indictment. They created it, manufactured it, purported the doubt, they seasoned it well, and they chunk it straight before the jurors. And if the jurors saw the doubt, or layman thinking is that if you get any doubt to believe that these people didn't do it, you got to get them going. And the jurors saw the doubt, and they decided to say people in a grab. Now they won't. Because the jurors were thinking, but you said people don't want to go buy something from somebody. What the person who they want to go buy it from? You're not catch the person. How is it possible that you bring a man who say you are going to go buy? And the man who they're going to buy the thing from, this is the course of dealing of this man. The man always sell frozen food. So the man say, I'm going to John Brown place to go buy frozen food. Does John Brown not sell frozen food? At least if that doubt will be created, so for said, no. But this man you say you're going to for frozen food, the man does not sell frozen food. But these people are in the business of what the guy said they were going to buy. So if they are going to a place where normally they will buy that, then what is it? Why you didn't grab them too? Because from these GM brothers' explanation, which I have they want to believe, and I believe, not we even want to, but I believe is that Musa D is attached to almost everybody in this country. All the BB businesses, because you are with this man now, Vanish Shema. So they are just tata all over the place. They are just tata all over the place. Musa Din is everywhere. So as a result of that, and he went to the judge begging the judge. Now, that man, the judge, let that man write and publish it. That thing that you told the guy, you know your deal was small. Tell that man to write and publish it. That he apologized to you for whatever happened. That thing I want to call, don't let it go. Let Musa Din write and then publish it in the front page Africa or those other newspapers, outlets. Let him publish it that indeed he was wrong and he was in error and he look, one of the key reasons for which lawyers are there is to defend and protect the court, because they are agents. You can denigrate where you want your clients to go because the court is the last hope for mankind, and the agents are there to tell people that let us go there, we'll get hope. So if that agent is telling you that the court cannot be trusted, then why are you doing business with clients? If you think that the court cannot be trusted, why collect their money from them? What is the issue? So why collect money from them if you are still dealing with the clients and then you believe that the court system is not correct? Why are you still dealing with your clients? Leave them. And that is what some judges do, some lawyers do. They make the court and the judges to look ugly. Musa Din is leading all of that. That's why you see the Global Musu thing is like this. Who told you Musa Din didn't know the thing ever since? Musa Din knows every bit of information of what really happened. The same way Musa Din played with the injured Tupac case. And today the people then went off the hook. That the same way Musa Din intend to do something else. That the plan B they're working on. So then they say you're not arrest the people today, but Tuesday or so forth. Yeah, and the other kind of thing. That plan B they are working on. And let's watch out. Look, this guy's death is not something to politicize. Nobody going to politicize it. Nobody going to politicize this. Listen to some of the arguments. Our own man, Otero Gabla and all were part of some of these stuff and all that they went and what they call let me see which one I was reading here. And I think at the end of it, yeah. So these are some of the statements that were made by the defendants and the guy that rebuttal witness and so forth. Otero Gabla and all they went there. Otero Gabla started reporting about that TRH, I know THR, what in RH episodes. And he wrote an article, which of course for which they called him as well. And he went there, though they brought a rebuttal witness, and in one Nimle ne lead out in there. I think that on the zone a different thing. And let me see, Gabla, what did he say here? Let me just try to read his portion here. Could you imagine? Y'all get some of the things that happen. I will read a portion so that y'all will get it. The portion, the testimony from some of the defense witnesses, which of course the Custom Brokers Association also was in court doing that drug case as well. I want to tell you that Musa Din knew exactly what they're doing. Now the same thing you want to do to the Charlo Musu case. I'll read this one here, and which of course, and people, you know, all of these things when they're happening, people just say that they just oh they won't happy. Oh, that thing happening. Oh, who did XYZ? All the kind of things they can be talking, but those things are not just right. Those things are not just right. There are a lot of witnesses who spoke, and these are some of the things then that they say. I just want to read this portion so that you get it. And okay, Conti spoke. I don't want to get a Conti. I want to get a Gapla and Oti. Yeah, Otero did speak, and because he did an article, and that was the basis for which I think they were able to call him up. And so these are some of the things that he said during that trial. And I just wanted to just rush over it because it's too long. Oh, it's a long thing that we are discussing here, very much long. And so you don't want for us to waste time. So I just want to read these little ones so that you just get them quickly. Which page I put on here? Okay, so I think I'm almost there. Yeah, so the publisher of the New Dawn newspaper. The first witness for the defense was co-defendant Malam Conti. Okay, Malam Conti, you did speak. I think Conti, I don't want to listen to Conti. Conti talk about how he went there to go what they call at the time they arrested him on the scene. So I'm not talking about that. So Conti stays speaking here. Let me come to OT. Yeah. Okay, co-defendant. I'm discussing co-defendant. And so we still discussing co-defendants here. So let me get to where the chief spoke on Hotel Gabla. And to sum up. Okay, so let me come here. They said to sum up, defense second witness Emeka Obaji of the APN terminus, Liberia. Defense fourth witness Logan Davis of the MPS Police, and a defense fifth witness Ariel B. Snare of the anti-smuggling unit of the LRA testified before the court. And you saw the container number, blah, blah, blah. They were able to list that. Were released by the APN terminus Liberia based upon the instruction from the shipping line and the Liberia Revenue Authority. The two containers were released from the free port of Monrovia predicated upon the delivery orders from the shipping line and the custom release forms from the Liberia Revenue Authority. Now, you will come to the custom brokers who will now tell you that this Abijale man has been given preferential treatment over the period. That their company. So you see here, Logan David testified. So we leave that and then come on to witness Belia Yine, also testified before the court. And you saw that with the building safe and secure Africa Mokto. Okay, good. Let me come to this one. Yeah, let me come review the one. They said in conclusion, the defense witness, Othello B. Gabla. Now they play my man mention now. They brought a defense witness. He went to go testify for the defense. Othello Gabla now. He went to testify for the defense in his witness. This is what he said. The defense witness, Othello B. Gabla of the New Dawn newspaper, and defense fed witness James L. Yine of the Custom Brokers Association of Liberia testified before the court. And you, that the container number MB blah 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 were not cleared from the free port of Monrovia in a regular course of business. That means the container they took it from the free port of Monrovia, not a normal way. That was the testimony that was given by Othello then and the rest of the other guys. The custom brokers, the custom broker then I did one can be presiding over your container when you come and do that's what they do. Yeah, that's what it is. So that is what they said. And they went on to say that Yine testified before the court and you that the TRH Trading Corporation breached the various established processes, procedures, and protocols in clearing the two containers in reference. You think if the Justice Minister cared about all of those things, you wouldn't have had information then that if somebody is about to come through the door and the person bypass, you can already infer something that the person is bringing something sinister. The way the things about to come through the door, they didn't come pass through the window. You can know that something happened. You think if the Justice Minister were clear enough to know about the truth about this matter, you don't think he would have known all of these facts and then grab the TRH Abijale there and put them inside this thing? Witness Gabla and Yine also testified before the court and you that on September 22, the Global Tracking Maritime Solution with the motto, building a safe and secure Africa mandated the government of Liberia through the relevant agencies to conduct physical inspection of the container number. And they told the court and you that the Global Tracking Maritime and Solutions, right, had the details of the container number, including the route and pathway that the vessel sailing container number and the name that as well was using to arrive at its final destination, which is the free port of Monrovia. The global tracking, the GTMS, they did that as well. And they said that the vessel have $100 million cocaine in it. They track it ever since. You think it's the Justice Minister and you are scared to do something serious about this case? You think they couldn't grab the real people? But like we say, it's good that the lawmakers were able to call, because the people that they release are the people who were not. So we now can go for the people who were culpable. We can go for them because the idea there is this is very much clear. Why are we doing all of this to our country? For what reason? For whose business? You spoil your country, damage your system in which you are a lawyer. You can't be sitting there in a system and denigrating the system. Especially when you falsely doing it, you're not doing it rightfully, because it's possible that some system they may give their own rights, so why people should condemn them. But this one, you yourself destroying the system falsely, not of the making of the system. This time, you are the one that creating all the false impression about the system. You do these things, damning reports come up against this country, and we are supposed to believe that these are truths that are coming up, especially when person like you trying to give a negative image about this country out there. Gloria Musu Scott will be arrested in the coming days. And you, Justice Minister Frank Musa Dean, who in all the cases here, murder cases or stealing cases or everything else, you just inside tango, all inside. Mr. President, this man is hardly and just conflicted. I don't want to say he's too corrupt or whatever it is, but this man is highly conflicted. And Arthur Johnson said it. Let me play maybe Councillor Arthur Johnson. He said on Justice Minister, right? Yeah, Arthur Johnson. Yeah. Councillor Arthur Johnson, yeah, right. He said it. He said it ever since. He said it. And Arthur Johnson, yeah, you almost had him, right? Arthur Johnson. I'm coming there. I will play it so that I will listen to him. And Councillor Arthur Johnson, yeah, and okay, good. I think this is where we are. Okay. All right. So I will get him right here. I just want to play this part so that you get it. May 4th, yeah, somewhere there on May 4th. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think I will get him here. Okay. All right, I will get it. Don't worry. Okay. All right, I will get it from right here. These are some of the things that when we're talking all of the time, and you'll never get it. And okay, I think hey, Crusoe, man, when you're not here to produce my show, I can really get some challenge. That's some stuff that I'm supposed to really get, and I'm not getting it at all. He's not faring too well anyway. Wishing speedy recovery. He had a motorbike situation, which of course, yeah, I need something. It's a photo you did, and so so my other producer come here, yeah. So I can get in and. So, like I was saying, basically those are some of the things, and I hope to really get it because I want to play that part, which of course I think I played most recently, and I hope I can get it again and then play it so that Arthur Johnson can speak about the cartel and so forth here and there. And so let me see whether I can get the cartel portion, and I think in a cartel portion where we'll be able to have the stuff. So okay, very good. So play that. And just drag it, let the people listen to it. Okay, yeah, play Arthur Johnson.
No prosecution. It is only the Ministry of Justice that can prosecute criminal cases. The Ministry of Justice can only give you what we call patent right. Letter patent. They say, look, my man, we want you as one of our prosecutors. That's the only time you can have the authority to prosecute. So until these political wills and the Ministry of Justice comes out with these kinds of things, I mean, these $1 billion will get Ministry of Justice, because the Ministry of Justice was one of those that were fighting against the asset recovery. So they don't call it Ministry of Justice. You are saying something? You are saying the Ministry of Justice? Of course. Was fighting against... Of course, the Ministry of Justice was one of those... But the asset recovery was supposed to be under the Ministry of Justice? Yeah, and that's where the problem is. That's what I told you. You kidding? We need a will in this country. We conducted investigations here where people within the Ministry of Justice were subject of criminal investigations. And that no evidence were not revealed by us. No evidence came as a result of the international experts that were brought to assist us in the forensic investigation. And so on the basis of that, the guys, the guys were cleared. The white guys, they don't joke. They tell you, say, no, we're not going to joke here. That man cannot be here, and then we'll report to him. The same man. Yeah. So how will you be so the man that is shot you are saying that? Yeah, then you say you want to get him report? The British MI5 investigator will never do that, AB. In short, are you saying some authorities at the Minister was involved? The minister was involved? What I'm telling you, our investigation showed that people who were responsible, who should have been responsible to move the assets recovery, names were subject of the criminal investigation. Example. And on the basis that is within the Ministry of Justice. And so on the basis of that, the guys will not be willing to support the assets recovery. That's one.
Councillor Arthur Johnson, can we say that the Minister of Justice name was mentioned?
Personally, I can tell you, yes, the Minister of Justice's name was involved.
Is that why you resign on the basis of frustration?
Well, of course, because if you tell me that I'm going to report the evidence to the Minister of Justice, why do I have to correct?
How much did Musa, what did your documents tell you? How much did Musa Ding take allegedly, as per the document? What can we hold him?
So now you are hearing it that this man's name was everywhere in the whole. That's why you see the whole area died. The whole area died because of that. I thought Johnson said it. He didn't mention his words. The justice system. You can't get people like this making it to appear that there can be no justice. Yeah. Best is the man who's one of the most senior agents of the court. He's handling almost everything. So what good will you be able to get from there? And I want to tell Your Honor now, please, Judge Richard Judge Blamo Dixon, please, let that man write the whatever apology he ran out, let him write it, publish it, to clear you people off. And let this front page Africa issue there to them be published as well, so that we get this. You the judges, nobody said the courtroom should be in the news. But Liberia is a country that you got to be a certain way now, because you should be, look, Liberia is a different country. And we have to uphold the tenets of democracy. We understand that. The moral values and ethics that go on various institutions or various professions and so forth, we know that. But this Liberia, the way it is trending, if you sit back and allow people to say, oh yeah, they will do this, that, we don't, no, it ain't hold that out. It can't hold like that. That's how people that Costa and Sarah on their show, they just call Iba Mabe Morgan, and boom, it just enter in report. That's how it be happen here. People just say, generally, just call people name. You got to come up and speak to the issues. Who knows what a front page Africa apologized that time? Nobody. There's a document. I must say, I just seen it for the first time. That front page Africa apologized for the kind of way the publication they hire against you concerning the drug case. Front page Africa apologized. Have they sent it to the U.S. Embassy to know that this apology is there? They don't have it. They didn't report it and so forth. And it's good that they are now coming out with the facts and things. Did they send it to say, oh, there's that? Because when these things are gone, it's gone. Whether you like it or not, I'm not even a lawyer yet. But if you see people running to people like us, then what more about the court? The court is the last place of hope. In fact, there are people who pass all around and say, oh, maybe the other thing and I pass all around. Only you now can come to. Can you imagine? Yeah, because there's small law. That's why they look at me and say, look, the court, look, when people are advocating for their rights to be heard, like I said in Count 5, it says when the court is the last place of hope for mankind. Where you go, you come down. Once the court decides it, especially at the level of the Supreme Court, and one of my prof on former Justice Wright and former Associate Justice Wright, and he said something. He said, when the Supreme Court finish with everything about you, the only place you got to look now is up to God. Tomorrow, I will read to you. I will read to you the Equat Court's ruling. The government of Liberia won a case against former President Charles Gange Taylor, who made an application before the court calling for his rights because his pension benefits are not being received. How his surviving spouse, they are not getting anything. So he went to the ECOWAS court, and it was a great argument that was brought forth by the defense team. And I want to say, Councillor Lafia, good, and that for Bobby Livingstone and so forth. Yeah, you guys are great. Samora Wolokoli was also part of the government's team. And Samora, yeah, I saw your name in the court document. In the ECOWAS court document, I saw your name. The Samora and Attorney Samora Wolokoli and Bobby Livingstone and that for Councilor Lafayette Good. Yeah, I saw the team, and I think you guys did a very good argument. And the court was able, you see, the court is the last place of hope. Because Liberia not giving the man pension thing, then what did they do? They ran to the ECOWAS court at the last place of hope. And they said child still are not entitled to it because for one to be entitled to pension, you must have been honorably retired. Now, that honorability aspect was defined by the court. Then they came to surviving spouse. Using the act that child state rely on to make that application before the court. They define the act, they look at the intent of the framers, they define what they call surviving spouse is a fine. Oh, yeah, I enjoy it so much. I was just reading through it. I haven't gone through it yet. But I was just reading it. Charles Taylor was able to lose that case to the government of Liberia because the court believed in summary that he was not honorably retired. He did not resign. He does not deserve the pension as per what? And they gave of sound reasoning that you can look at yourself. They said the Fremont, they're not in Liberia, but Taylor used the very statute and act to make his case and say an act establishing, say, this is mine. But the government is not giving me it. And they have not been giving me it even up to now, since I resigned. So they were able to define what they call surviving spouse. And they said for you to say spouse, surviving spouse, the word itself surviving. They said surviving means the person must have died before a survivor can benefit from that. That's the surviving. So the court was able to define the framers' intent. The court said the intent of the framers, according to what they put here. Oh, yeah, law school. Y'all go to law school. Y'all go and understand some of these things. I enjoy how they dealt with the case. It's just reasoning. The court now play to joke. That when people come out with their ruling, you just write anything, or you just go sit down, lay man and say, oh, the evidence was clear. They tell you say that evidence was clear thing we're discussing here. What kind of evidence will be clear? They tell you say you can jump on and say, oh yeah, I get the evidence, I'm passing around with it. So go do what thing you able to prove it? You able to prove it? You can get a strong evidence. But to prove it, it's a challenge. And it doesn't matter. I can slap anybody. What year you carry me no code the other day? Can you prove it? I already slap you. No, it must be proven. And it's a proof that you look at and say, oh yeah, this one. So all that thing you're gonna be talking, oh yeah, clear evidence, you get ready. When judges are bringing that, sometimes ask them question as to what it is. This judge took this decision. I know you got some of your lawyers that will go and be doing their own thing here and there to just make the court to look. Just for the argument's sake. But they themselves know the reasoning of the court is there. We are at a place now where the justice system is being looked down upon in this country. And we can't continue on that path. Sound judgments are coming up. Why you think Taylor ran to the court? That's the last place of hope. And for me, I still have confidence in the justice system. And I believe the people who really damaging the system and making it a little ugly are our lawyers. They're making people to think that the system is corrupt. Look, if you have a very strong lawyer who's very strong, sound, and so forth here and there, and is not involved into these corrupt practices and things, that person is even able to identify if the judge, even the SYZ, the argument will tell, because every judge that come out with their ruling this year, it's even subject to the Supreme Court. Those ones are very much glaring as to why it is. There are some arguments that go. Sometimes it's not about sentiments. That's just reasoning. That's why you don't become a lawyer and be sentimental. And then you get there, oh, there's no sentiment, you be getting vexed. You don't get vexed with anybody. I don't get vexed with anybody. I'm training to that. I used to really get vexed with people here and there, but I'm just trained to it. I can recall one time in the case involving Jonathan Williams, and when we went in Toppenborough County, I saw my own prof there, Jala Babu, and who's now the dean. And I saw him there. He came and stood for Jonathan. I got vexed that day. I said, what a man can do here? Not doing that, what a loyalty. I was vexed. I said, look at him there bluffing all over the place. I was vexed with him. But I want to understand those things are just it. You can't get vexed with anybody. You can't do that. The next lawyer is not your enemy. It doesn't matter what it is. The two lawyers can go and hang head. They want to talk anything they talk. The idea is there are specific rules that they know they can't cross those lines. Lawyers can meet, they joke, and whatever it is, they can come from the courtroom. You see them shaking hands, laughing. Don't think that they have already compromised. No, that's what the profession calls for. We are friends. And we remain friends. We are only at where we are because of you. So your case is there, and there's nothing we're supposed to do to temper with your case. Your case not supposed to be part of even our discussion. If there's any discussion that will be held, it has to be in your interest. To the extent that even if we were in court or something like that, and then you were passing by, you saw this lawyer, and then you went to him and said, please, there's that. You said, no, go and talk to your lawyer. You can't come to me directly to talk to me. Go and talk to your lawyer. I can't be discussing this case with you in the absence of your lawyer. The lawyers know the lines. So any discussion you hear them having, they will never, ever talk about your case in that context. Maybe that's different thing they're talking. Or maybe they go there and tell you, say, but man, you guys got to do XYZ, my client and this, that, you got to do this, you got to plead or something like that. I can carry you say, yeah, please try to go and talk to your client. Some of those things, it got to be your interest, not about their personal interest. The only reason they have to wear the eye is because of you. So, minus your case, they are still friends. Look, the legal profession is a unique and very much noble profession. I have understood it and understood it well. That's why you see all of these things. People are damaging to them. People that go to collect money from people, they go here, make people look ugly. And the worst thing is somebody who have stayed on in the legal profession for all those years, for Musa Dean to be doing what he's doing. For what reason? Chief, if you know that you are conflicted and you can't live up to this thing, money, business, no matter, your name matters. Today, Musa Dean, you will leave that job. Do you know that you will go down as one of the worst justice ministers ever in this country? You saw your friend them. Why when they look at conflict issue like their our old man who was teaching in children laws, that council of friends, Allison. She said she resigned because she felt that Ellen was involved in quote unquote all kinds of things. We were cheering here and there. That woman resigned. Now that she may be as she is today and managing her life, she didn't care. She resigned. There are other ministers then who will look at it and tell you, say, look, we'll resign. They would think that we are conflicted because there is life after these things, oh, Justice Minister. There is life after these things. You don't want your name to go down as this. And that's what I'm saying. As part of the man name going down, let George Blamo tell the man to write his apology into letter and do the publication. I'm telling you, George Blamo, that thing there, so that it will be published and go in the State Department, because you don't know what they have already sent to the State Department. Another report come here again, your name will come there. That you presided over a case and compromise the whole thing. I believe it strongly that it's able to happen. Let that man do that thing and publish it. This front page African apology that they gave here too, you can also put it there. Every one of us can slip. So if they slip and they say they apologize, so forth, they can slip. Everybody can slip. But at least, because the harm that he has created, let it be also published. That these questions and answers, the court document, a public record now. Let it be published. If they want to what they call Jeffrey, who said, you say they want to what they call, they want to publish it, you yourself can publish these things. They find document I have here so that we know how that publication went out. These are records you will keep, that tomorrow, if people came against you and say, oh yeah, the Brahmo, you said that there, you did that here and there. In fact, we read it in the paper, this, that, it, but go back. Did you really follow what happened afterwards? Oh, I have documents. There are papers that came up and they XYZ. These are the things. Musa Dean is a serious embarrassment. Some people will say, oh yeah, who do you blame? Yeah, and there. I hate to just put myself into blame games and so forth here and there. Okay, let's agree that President Weah wants to keep in there. Does he not think about his own future? He doesn't know that there's a future after these things. How will you get money with no respect? You get money, no respect. Tomorrow you leave the Justice Ministry now, you're going on from court to court. People look at you and know that you are a terrible lawyer. Who would trust you? You sat on there, your boss man, Vanish Shema. They accuse him, and which of course, they said the man can tamper with judges to get vetted in his favor. Then you, the trainee of the man, you come back And then on the background of that, you come back. All the years that you were school back, you come back and then denigrate the entire system, which of course they will confirm exactly what the people said. So where are we? But that you don't really care about the future that you have after these things. Whether you like it or not, you will go down as the worst justice minister ever. Under these regimes, a lot of cases, important cases, everything gone. The first case, the global money, the global witness case, cyber money, corruption King Kong, Tyler, them vanish them, and then they went off the hook free because you killed the case. Ada Johnson and all knew about that case. That case was winnable. There are certain cases that are winnable. You can see a glare in it that is winnable. But at a certain point in time, when the prosecuting team decide to be just derelict, they can't prove anything anymore and they just deliberate about it, it happens. And everyone knew for obvious reason because Musa Dean, his godfather, Vani Shema, was on the hook. And Musa Dean is now justice minister. You expect Vani Shema to be. So look at honor you, your watch. Nothing sound has happened in this country. It's either you are fighting Serena Sifa or fighting the other person. So no money business, you're fighting for. You are thinking was that Serena Sifa was eating money and just what they call that. All you're fighting each other for. Today, you are relaxed. You sit there, you tangle yourself. Oh, and I always told people, I would never allow any friendship to honor my professionalism. Anybody who wants to be a friend to me, you must do what is needful. There are people whom I hold high respect for. Even some of them, they taught me in the law school. I did not one day beg them for grace. Even if they gave me C, which of course, low grade, I believe that is what I work for. That does not mean that is the respect, the mutual respect we've got for each other. And that is very much, and I trust them for that. They say, oh yeah, because AB, our borders that will give me. No, nobody ever gave me preferential treatment in the law school. No day. I got what I got. No preference. And I appreciate it a lot. I don't have time. And I respect them for that. No preferential treatment. And I don't always crave for preferential treatment. You know why? It doesn't make you to have that value. People helping you, this, that, here, and there. It doesn't make you to have that value. You don't even appreciate yourself. When you're really doing comparison with people, that's no. Every friendship we have, let it be supportive of one another. And nobody will make anybody shame. That's our deal. That you will make me proud, I will make you proud. That's our deal. We go on with it. The day you slip, I will be one person to tell you, say, I'm disappointed in you. So that's it. A hint to the wise is quite sufficient. So let me just get on right here tonight. So the Chala Musu case now, we are at the arresting point now. But the police doing penge thing with it. The memo can campaign. When you're going to go to the arrest, okay, your way, okay, on Tuesday before you go. Where that one happen? Where somebody is now seeing a suspect. The person laying down, you telling them, say, grab that person, the lawyers will follow. Because they have a right to a counsel or so forth. But anyway, let's leave those things. There's the country that we are in. And it's good that you're listening to some of these things. And Crown Stopper is very much proud to be associated with the show. And Crown Stopper. And so we're right here on this dial. Me, I feel talking my own. Me, I can talk my own sometimes. You know, some of these things, they are very much important. And maybe saying some lies too sometimes. But again, you know, lies. That's it. I've been talking my own and gone. Happy and I talk my own. Anyway, we are getting there. I say we are getting there. Let's take this break and we'll be right back.
It's about music. They are across many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see pride, don't tell her in your hands on your authority. But it can't take your again. Come stop by here for us. We need safety to your door. Whether you reach or you go. If you see a you not talking, I mean you check. You wait for safety. If you see I don't keep it, I'm about to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop it, crime and make it before them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop it, crime and make it before them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-opener, Gomez and Zion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop it, crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop it, crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us.
Oh, yes, Saturday Crime Stopper. Thanks so much to you all, Sam Zion and team, for working seriously to see to it, sensitizing community members that violence is not the way to go. We can always work together, utilizing the justice system, and of course, making sure that indeed the rule of law takes its course. All right, and so there's a right here on this very die, and we're right here. So let's get on. So, like I said, Gloria Musu Scott and her family, they are on the verge of being arrested. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, but it will happen in the coming days. No one else they have found to be the killer, alleged killer of Chala Musu. That killing went on right in the house. No intruder, no one else. The team will prove it. All things that we have done in our own laymail, professional, whatever, that is what it is. Now they are doing all kinds of things with it. But again, let's get to the lines, interact with our callers. 0776-104-104, We are right here on this die. So we are certainly getting there, and this is how we go about it tonight, right here on this die. Hello, how are you doing? The first caller, hello? Yeah, hello, how are you doing? You have to be brave. Hello? Hello? Say that? I mean, a line is terrible, and normally I cannot condone that. Yeah, please, if you want to get on to what you want to get on to, you have to be very blunt with it. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, baby.
Yeah, hello, Mom. Let's hear from you quickly. Yeah, Mom, let's hear from you, please.
I thank you, plenty. The law, the justice minister, the law people that need law in this country, they are going through that case. We are seeing, you are seeing the father, the justice court is free. If for the men, maybe they will say,
hey, Mom, where are you? Wow, you slipped off, sorry. And you can get back if you can, Mom, please, I beg you. And it was not my fault. And so let me get on to this one. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, AB, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Please go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, AB, the name is Musa G. Brown, and I'm phoning from New Jersey. Yeah, AB, no matter what Musa didn't do, no matter how to people drag that case, they can go into the belly, the last bit of the devil, to get anything that case. Those people will be persecuted. AB, look, this time around, we don't want to include Patrick Suru. Let us warn him. If he's listening to the show, it's a warning to Patrick Suru. We don't want to include him into this other demonstration we're going to do. Because if we include him, he will be released of that post. We are asking Pastor Suru to do the right thing. Let him do the right thing. Let people know that he has done the right thing. AB, I listened to Frances Johnson Morris the other day. She resigned from the law school because two students Use her secretary to get a C. It was written. So she resigned from the law school. That means integrity. It is a cause for Patrick Sulu and the Justice Minister to fall back, but let Patrick Sulu do the right thing by arresting Gloria Mususka and give them charges. If they go to the court and the Justice Minister want to do his own behavior, he will carry on his own attitude, let him do it. But the Liberian people are watching, and they are watching Musa Ding. This case must come to a close. This case must receive justice. Because this is what Musa Ding is doing, and these guys are writing terrible report concerning this country. And we must watch out. We are drawing to election. We are warning Patrick Sulu. For me, I'm warning Patrick Sulu tonight. If he's listening, because we got the strength to galvanize our resources and send them to Liberia and make people to sit in at the police station and make sure that he says something. Gloria Mususka must be arrested, and this case must go to court, and we must see a logical conclusion to this case. Thank you, Eddie, for the courage that you have always taken. Thank you for the bravery. Stand up for your people. By His grace, the anointing of God is upon you. You are covered with a special spirit.
Amen.
God bless you.
Thank you. Amen. All right. And so let me get on to the next caller here. And we are certainly getting there. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, hello, I'm listening. We are listening. Yeah.
Okay, I was just listening to the show when we talk about the police, the lawyer said, oh, they should give them time. And you see, and that's one of the reasons why people always say there is no justice, there is no law and order in Liberia. And because why in a place, in any country, where have you from? A lawyer asking the police to wait before they can erupt. Police arrest and then lawyers go in, but lawyers who come to police and say, oh, you give my client time, you do arrest them, you do this, and the police said, don't go for the lawyer. So now these people are going to escape. So what are they going to do?
Okay.
Protest? So that's all I have to say. Thanks for the show.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. And we are certainly getting there, and we will get there. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good evening, Amy. How you doing, man?
Yeah, fine.
My name is Charles Doe, and I call you from Michigan, United States.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, Amy, thank you ever so much for the information you just provided on the issues of from East Africa. When I saw Rennie C on BBC, I interviewed her with the BBC journalist. It was so frustrating. It was so demeaning to our justice system, and I did a post, calling on the government, to make sure those individuals that was involved in that process should be brought to justice. Not knowing there was some undertone, just from the justice minister. This is very, very frustrating. It will be very, very, very frustrating. Now I got to know the reason why he and Seminole Seaford, the former Solicitor General, have issue, because he hasn't been truthful, he hasn't been consistent. So that was the reason why they've been having issue. And maybe, let me say this for the record. The Justice Minister is the Attorney General of the country. So whatsoever report he come up with, the American will buy into it. That's how the system works. The American, they're not going to go to the layman down the line, go to the court to talk to the judge. No.
You're right.
They did directly with the Attorney General of the country. Whatsoever he says, whatsoever he writes, it becomes law, and that's what they would take it. That's what happened. So I want to add my voice onto your voice to tell the judge, let him Musa Dean make it formal and publishing all of the dealings. All of the dealings that will have saved the integrity of the court. Thank you, my brother.
All right. Thanks, boss. And we're right here. And let me get on to the next caller right here on this dial. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, how AB? This is another being calling from the US.
Yeah, please go on.
AB, thank you for your proper discussion. I'm sorry disappointed, right? Because I think the court had the final saying. And the court said DPO should be arrested, Why should the police?
No, now the code ain't reached to the code yet. Not reached to the code yet. The code not get anything yet. It ain't reached to the code yet.
Okay. But if they say told you to be arrested for investigation, why play till late 30? I think that today 30 is to see how the family can escape from Nigeria. So I'm asking the national security to open the eyes, tighten the borders, and watch it for the people, because I think it will be the next move they're trying to make. That's why I'm thinking they started to arrest the people. Thank you for your topic discussion.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. Let me get on to the next call. Hello. Hello. Hello, how you doing?
Thank God, you?
Yeah, fine. Please go on quickly. You can't noise in the back there. You can't continue like that.
I'm really going to say that tonight, Mr. Musa Dean, the delay target that he explained, he ought to say that he wants to know way that the people should escape from Liberia. But today we have understood that Musa Dean is the one who is doing whatsoever, but war is alive, and everything that he's doing, the Liberians are looking at it, and everybody will be security for themselves, and we will see to it that Brother Mususka will be arrested, because we are doing things from Maryland County. So if that what she brings to do here, God will not give her the chance. So thank you for your idea that you gave me, for your knowledge. God will bless you. God will bless you and bless your children.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, boss. Let me get to the line. Our mothers and who were out there that day, they are ready to speak. Hello? How you doing, Mom? Let's hear from you, please. Your name?
Baby, it's my only daughter, the president of Chicken Factory.
All right, Mom.
Baby, first of all, I want to tell you thank you this evening for your talking first. You see, baby, trust me what I'm coming to tell you. I'll give you 1 or 2 days from now. That woman and her family will run away. Trust me, they will run away. That excuse you they gave you, that they run away excuse they gave you to. They're not that lawyer. Now go and shop for that woman, and that woman run away. Evidence is strong. There is no evidence Musa did want to destroy so. That woman supposed to be a police investigation through. I answer you now. There is no Orita though. I say you might have said security on that woman like open. Even like yeah. Then they come up there until they try to run and tell that woman who are X. That woman will run away. Musa did want to tell them they need our security. You want to say we got security. We want that woman run away. They will say we are having security to guard that woman. That is thing Musa did want to do. And Musa did what he do it. We'll sleep over. We'll sleep over. And I move a step when that woman run away. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks, ma'am, for your contribution. I appreciate that. And she was one of those person crying out there. And we don't know what's popping, but we are certainly getting there, and we hope and the right things are done. Hello, how you doing?
Well,
yeah, good evening. Let's hear from you.
I'm Wilson Johnson for district number 15 this evening. Maybe we should not get up one morning and hear that Global Mususka run away, because there is no reason for now why she shouldn't be arrested. For all indication, she is the one. The killer was in the house. The killer lives in the house. The killer is a resident of that identical house. So there is no way up to now. So where is Musa Dean? It is the 1 million question we are asking. Why he left the country? What is the reason for now? He has not yet returned. Maybe we are discussing.
No, I don't think so. That man, yeah. I say the man visited the judge today and go back and say sorry for what he did to you. All that kind of thing. The man Ryan. Man.
Maybe what Musa Dean like to hear when it comes to the government, he always like his negative news to go international. That's the leg of Musa Dean. That what he always like to hear. Once it comes to negativities, he always loves, Labio's name to go on. That's the reason for which he has been planted in his government. Because I continue to ask, what is the reason Musa Dean is staying at Justice Ministry?
All right, boss. Thanks so much for your contribution. All right, let me get to Sissy. I think she's here. Oh wow, she's sleeping. All right, so let me get on to the next caller here, right here on this dot 0776 104 104 086 500 104, and this is it. Hello, how you doing? Hello.
AB.
Yeah, hello, how you doing?
Good evening.
Yeah.
My name is Jerry King. I do call from Lower Johnsonville.
All right.
Yeah, the issue that has to do with the justice system, the police director take instruction directly from the justice minister, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it is true that he's taking instruction from the justice minister, then I think most of them should be held responsible by now. Most of them shouldn't have how they call it, peace in a home while other people roaming around. Most of them should be placed on house arrest while the case is going on or released from a post.
On what basis you put him on house arrest?
Yeah, because the fact that he is the center of the whole case or if he is. Because for the genesis of the whole case, he is the center point of the whole case. He is the talking point.
So they were putting you on house arrest?
He should be on house arrest or released from a post while the case is spinning.
No.
And going on. Because he's completely instructing or obstructing justice.
Okay, sorry. All right, thank you. Okay, don't put you on arrest. Hello, Mercy. I don't know why I'm finding it difficult to you. My auditor though just came in, and I think I got her. So I think you two also. I should be able to get you too. Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay.
This is Samuel Kaiser. I'm from Banana.
Okay, go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, my extension is shown to Musadin. Musadin has been noted to be to have a badge in mind. You know, actually, I actually like to be blunt to the issue. You know, all of the happenings now today, I can see that the person is about 80% responsible for what is happening. Because the thing about it is, the president knows that this man is falling in such a act when he cannot continue. I think the president has the power to pull him down, but the president cannot compromise Musadin with the state, because the fact of the matter here is that you know what signal it will show to the international community with the kind of things that Musadin is doing, and still keeping Musadin at that position. Do we don't have people to occupy that particular position? So that is my take on the issue. So the president needs to see reason to move Musadin from that position, because his presence at that position is causing a serious problem.
All right. Thanks, boss, for your contribution. I appreciate that. All right. So let me get on to the next caller. Hello, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, hello, how you doing? Go on. Let's listen to you.
Okay, my name is JUNE-15, but I'm popular known in tomorrow at Channel 100.
Dave Flomo Jr. What's up, boss? Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, it is from starting of the case of the president. I want to commend you. You really been doing well. But maybe I told you something in the last time, and I just continue to say that maybe I don't know where we're hearing. Maybe this thing with any kind of local or common man for that reason. But now, maybe that person winning something that they mosquito. But maybe they can't just trust me between you and myself. It's not going nowhere. But maybe from that first start up to present, how many months or how many days that you can come now? We stay talking one thing to another thing. To another thing to one thing. Maybe. Thank you, man.
All right, thanks. Yeah, right. Jay Flomo Jr., thank you. Hello, how you doing? Next caller, hello. Yeah, hello. Huh? Yeah, let me go on. Let's do. Yeah, go ahead. You listening? Yeah.
Okay. I want to explain my dream. I have a dream. People yesterday. But when you were saying easy war, you were warning. That small cry, as I speak, that's what they want. I woke up and pray. I went back to bed. So I beg you, I will have a time to pray for our nation. People are saying even if this nation we should suffer again, our children should suffer for war. Because our experience war, no war, no blood. So that's why I call the radio to say that we should really pray. The talking is okay. They're doing well. But we need to pray for the nation.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let me get on to the next caller. Hello, how are you doing?
Good evening, AB, and good evening to the people of district number 3.
Okay.
My name is Manuel G. Amsa. AB, you know what's suffering the country is society. Because the guys then know that the untable thing and the from untable hill, AB to just get through a case difficult. You talk over and over. How many times was it that no redress? You know, maybe sometimes we can be fed up with the kind of issue. One kind of man will just sit one area that people will talk over and over, no action. Because they got them involved in a lot of society, they feel that anything they carry on, nothing will come out of it. If that was suffering the country, that was carrying the country backward, we're going to change our mentality to see how best to make the country to be a better place. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. And so this is right here on this die. We are very grateful. And hello, how you doing? Let me get on. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
I'm going to start with one.
Okay, go on, Chief. Let's listen to you.
The well is extremely well, I'm employed for that. Never bless you.
All right,
but you know, that one thing I want to always ask. The cat and the dog, when they see you, which one they got question?
Which one they get what?
Question.
Conscience?
Yes.
I don't know. Can you please help us?
The dog, the cat question.
How?
The cat does not access if one of you know.
Wow.
But don't access if you know. Am I lying?
Well, yeah, I know about it. So why are you saying all of this? How do we relate this to what's happening?
Because if you're human being, that culture and you have a human feeling, right? Of me. That is that Muzadin doing is not going to be doing it. Because he said with this long ago, we can cry for human being dying. Long time they will be running around, protesting. You let me get it. The man said like, yeah, this thing is corona, it's not fine. The first of all, you want to eat the okay at night. At time, look at the time they went to him. You want to give yourself, you want to arrest him first of all. You want to arrest him and then make sure that yes, then they put the devil in there by devil.
Okay. Thanks, boss, for your contribution. I think the female line, why some of you struggling with it, I don't know, but Mount CC is very unfortunate for the night. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm Evelyn J. Wilson calling from Financial.
All right, Ms. Wilson. Let's hear from you, ma'am.
Thank you for the show tonight. I'm constantly listening.
Yeah, go ahead, Eve. We're listening.
So we're putting our talent and something should show up. For what she did, she and her daughter. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks so much for your contribution. And so we are certainly getting there. And we're right here on this day. And all right, so and I told you some things. There are some things that we say sometimes what I call reuse something that somebody just shared with me. Ma Sisi, what's up? At least you're going through now. Yeah, the network, I think from your end, sorry. Ma Sisi. Yeah, go ahead.
What I want to ask my question is relative, Pastor. affect people. Because as I learned, they said it is the all over bus for party solo. So if you not get it, they go ahead. If you not get it, if they not put it through one lockdown, we think they will result. So the case, they said it was so case. But all get it, they said it was not ready yet because they find it all means to down OT and they made together. To say, yeah, they're to work. The other for 40 ha. You saw the men in the earth with the ball confessing or the ball keep America. See the walking that you have called a bottle to ask a question. Or the call it body where I was so neat and the other one, the call it directly, they say, that's for questioning. When the ball confessing, people come America school, never question that for to go and let opportunity and say he came back. Honestly, the men talking right here. What's the year when they equal in the ball for questioning? So honestly, what's up? They put you on rubbing the tea. The reason you give me the tea, he won't get it result. But what they will start doing for him. If you don't get up to him, then they put around for the country. They say back and say, what's good on Satoka to Sanibi? We can't wait. We'll get to him. We'll get a hope. We'll get a chance. So you know, we don't get a result. Becky, we will know who can get in that one. When the person is around and putting it there, we will know. When the man sits where, we will know. But if you never put a different country, see our children. We don't want to put it for them. We know that for that one. That one is fast. Imagine them saying that for that boy. It's for boy. So if you never put a different country, what's that thing? You're supposed to put a ball bag and start digging. Then we'll have the chance. You're going to continue with. Thank you, my son, Eddie.
All right, thanks, man, for your contribution, and good news for the folks there at the Grand Bazaar University College. And I think for sure the bridge linking there, the resumption work has started. Immediately we talk about it. Thanks to the government of Liberia and whoever is responsible for that. So he has resumed there in Buchanan City, Grand Bazaar County, from my understanding, and we'll get there to verify these things. Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, how you doing?
Fine.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, we're listening.
Yeah, what I want to understand if the police have been given an arrest order to have Moses arrested.
What arrest order?
Yeah.
Well, it's not about arrest order. The police can be given that to go on with that. Once the indictment is due, because it's due on the basis of the police charge sheet. So when it goes back, it starts with the police charge sheet. So when it goes back to the police and the justice ministry sends it back, it's supposed to be. But there are procedures that are not necessary that they're going back now, which of course just making us to think somehow. And the police is very pressured into doing what they're doing. I know for sure. Ever since the police wanted to act, but they couldn't just act because remember they fall under the Ministry of Justice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, boss. All right. And so that's how the system works. And sometimes you will not understand it. And you know, when Stanton then were arrested, it was the Department of Justice that came up to announce, because at that time the FBI and the rest of the other people, they have already done their job. They have presented it. It is the Ministry of Justice that's supposed to have announced that we have had XYZ and we are going to. The police said we're not supposed to be on the police. Look, that lead that thing. We're not supposed to even be calling the police now. In fact, it is the Justice Ministry that will have announced that we have done XYZ and there is XYZ that will be done. Then the police cannot move because the police is the one that started it. And the Justice Ministry has to be convinced before the police can act. So now that they started the process, and then the Justice Ministry came out, okay, we are convinced that wow, you are able to find out. We think that there's probable cause. We can go on with this. What is happening now is that the police will have to do their job. But for what I'm understanding from how regular the police, the Justice Ministry, you be careful how you do it. You're just inviting them over. What kind of preferential treatment is that? And that is where now I think, and that is what I'm saying now. You're listening to this, and I'm saying it again. If anything should happen, that it should end up with absconding from justice done by on the part of Gloria Mususcat and her children, the Liberia National Police will be blamed. The police had no basis to say, oh, you're inviting people over. Once it has reached another point, you don't treat the people as person of interest. All invitation thing are person of interest because they were not suspect. So you are treating them that way. How will you be treating them the same way again when they have reached suspect level? Why they can reach? What kind of thing going to call there again? Nothing else. Boyaka, no campo hang on ya, or to our area, this that. You go for them there and bring them. Tell them, say, read them their Miranda rights. That woman is a lawyer. She understands it. You call your lawyers. Your lawyers can meet you to the police station. We are now moving straight. Finish. Nothing is simple. Then you can talk about what they call here and that. That kind of thing I want to listen to. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, come here.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I'm focused to.
Yeah, to go on. Let's listen to you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know the whole problem here we facing in this country is that when things come to honor, what people should not local, they will not local.
Mm-hmm.
They see Musa Dime, it was the president that I think the president appointed him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe the president don't want to sack him because if the president sack him, the information we want to get from Musa Dime will not get it. But the question is, if they grow up Musu's career, the parent king that they call them for questioning and they don't get no answer, and now they're saying that they should go arrest for. And then Musa Dime, we put stop to it and we delay the time. What will happen? Generally tomorrow or day after tomorrow, say the woman leave the country. And when the woman leave the country, then what happens? Then the police will be blamed. So if the first thing I want to recommend the police to do now, they should say vigilant around the horse that they should know that.
Did you say what thing around the horse? Vigilant?
Or should not leave the compound.
You say what thing they must say around the horse? You said they must say what thing around the horse?
I'm saying it should send some officer around the horse.
Oh, I heard it. Vigilant. Okay, no problem. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You right. Go ahead.
They should be in color clothes that in case the woman want to leave this place, then the police can arrest her. If the police arrest her, Musa didn't say that she not get the police order to go arrest her. I think at that time the police will be right. Because if the police say that and the woman leave this country, they can be death case. Because we listen to other cases, right? Everything about death case. So we're facing problem in this country, brother.
All right. Thank you, Chief, for your contribution. I like how you can talk. I like your business. Hello, how you doing? Let's get on to the next caller here on this dial. Hello, we got 10 minutes to go, please. Let's hurry. Hello. Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, my name is Prince Julie, and I'm calling from Brother.
Yeah, Prince, let's hear from you.
It's a great appreciation for the telling. If you know, our friends here and our citizens running that Musa Dime and Brother Musa have some relation. They are nothing. These two guys. Because the justice minister that was appointed by this president to serve the people with justice, they try to do justice in any way. We are calling the president to dismiss this guy for president doesn't want to listen to our call. Musa Dime has published this justice system of this country partly. Musa Dime has not been conducting justice system in the country. The justice system of the country are filled. They are bringing shame to the international community that today don't look at us and say our justice system is a fool. Because of this so-called and filthy Musa Dime who doesn't know how to work, what doesn't know how to conduct justice well. You come on and start shooting the woman is the person of interest, the police is waiting for arrest, and you try to postpone the one of you, Musa Dime, what's what you are in?
Devon Hill says the Musa Dime is very much aggravating. He says he's speaking big book. Speak big book on the people lawyer. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Yeah, hello, how you doing? Yeah, hello, we are listening. Please go ahead.
Hello, Amy?
Yeah, hello, we are listening. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Hello, Amy?
Madam, I'm getting you. Can you please go ahead?
Okay, this is mine, they're calling from the post.
Okay.
Amy, thank you for everything, my phone. No, Amy, when you come up, okay, be so loose. Amy, this Musa Dime, I think he the one in power over Sunni. So when I blame Sunni too much, when you get your power, say don't go down there. You will not go there, maybe. The thing what the Musa men doing, depending on something that why he doing it here to us. The Musa Dime a long time be doing it kind of things here. One way he play with sea. And he play with sea.
He want for that woman to run away because ever since that woman supposed to run away, posting a saw going to the airport, something like that.
I think she will run away, man. I think so.
Yes, that woman can run away, you know, from today to from yesterday, Friday, then wait Tuesday. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Because the woman sister, the former woman that is woman sister, they get charged. So that when you do that kind of thing, no, they won't see a show. How come that managed to run away from here? Say anything that won't run away. How you managed to run away from the time they say they're going cat? So we can't say this and that. Let me tell you, nobody knows what can be the human being act. So when that one run away, the case will be a dead case. It will be a dead case. So I'm taking Musa Dean. Let him do something. Let him do something. I'm taking you. Let him do something. Thank you, my son.
Thanks, man, for your contribution. We appreciate, mommy. And your continuous calls are very much important and contributing to the state. Hello, how you doing? I will read you something. And hello, how you doing? Good evening. How you doing, Chief? Let's hear from you quickly. Sorry, let me try to get you on louder. And I think you deserve to be heard loud. Hello? Sarah, just give me a little chance. And people just calling. Hello? I think Sarah will get to you now. Go ahead. Yeah, Sarah, go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, man. I want you on the show to let you to the Musa. Anyone who is telling me, but they agree with her. He's someone who Musa and he's taking too many son. They're telling me, figure it out. I'm a person of Grengo. You're telling me, things when you're cool, man. The way I have you, we could put me up. I want Musa in the previous son.
So you gotta be proud of Grand Group Captain to get our authority to do what you do. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, you be good evening. How do you do?
Yeah, how you doing?
See, when you check it out, when you check Musa being arrested, probably he did something before they started the woman in Brazil, and then maybe they will want something. So that's why he's trying to see him say what to the woman. I want to believe. And actually, the president, I don't know what is happening. He should have Musa being done and also on there, and I will look into the case. How Musa being doing that? I don't want to say. That's my contribution. Thank you.
But the man sitting down there, Attorney General, all the cases Musa didn't distance himself from it. I don't know what we even pay him for. The Saba Money case that he volatile, then he didn't go to court again. When it comes to the other one, he doesn't have to be there. What kind of thing is that? And you see, that's what I told y'all, that these are some of the things that Musa Dine wrote. Terrible things against Serena Seaforth then today that caused Serena Seaforth then to be sanctioned. And that's what I say again. George Blambo, I'm telling you, that Musa Dine reduced his apology into writings. This contempt proceeding something here, this thing is public document. Let it be published in the newspapers and you send it to that U.S. embassy. Let the people have it. Let the public can come from. I know they want too good. Look, there are people within higher up circles who know exactly about this Musa. Some of the things we say, we may not have been club or be at that level, but go on and yet tell her that something is not just right. And this person writes me and says this. I will always tell you this person, but it is a higher up. I tell you, there are class of people who listen to me and they contribute silently. For them, they can be heard by the anonymous, and so we can keep it that way. The person says this, AB, I'm not going to argue what Seaforth did or didn't do. But I know for the fact that Musa Dean had been fighting Seaforth since the day both of them went to the Justice Ministry. Seaforth told me about this multiple times. 2 years before he resigned, Seaforth even showed me pieces of evidence of these fights, but nobody was listening. I have been dealing with the Justice Ministry for the past 8 years. You are right about the fjord. The fight was about Seaforth being too smart to be pushed over. That was the fight. You see there? There's somebody from the higher up. I'll always tell you higher up because I'm a credible sources that I deal with. These are the people I deal with. And I'll be telling you the Musa Day fought. Now that terrible thing they wrote about Seaforth there. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. Please go on quickly.
Yeah, you're speaking to Officer Abraham Dinovier, Alpha Delta Whiskey, Commander Call 2112.
Officer, go ahead. From which one of the forces?
I work with Vision Security Guard Service, working along with the Chico Construction Company Personally, we are posted at the ESW junction working line with ease.
Go ahead, officer. Let's hear from you.
For my area control, I posted with 10,000 my papa, making sure that my papa is secured in the river down, watching for Eagle Eye and send about 14 days. How are you, officer?
And you, officer, what kind of thing you doing to Neso? What? How I will copy that one there? What did that one get to do with what we're talking here now?
And when you're talking here, because for me, I'm a person not equal with him, because this particular scenario you're speaking on, we have been monitoring the stress management and the human psychology. I know my father everyone is. This thing was to damage the government image.
Okay.
But I want it to be proven that these people should bring a justifiable reason if the government were part and parcel of that scenario.
How will you copy? I copy.
And I want to make sure that put joke aside. That was there when man, you know, when they were killing the people from Maryland, they call them Buyo, this, that, and now government, this, that, everybody are open. So we want to make sure, because the thing is not something that we're taking for a joke.
Yeah.
That particular child that loss of life could be my biological daughter,
Certainly.
could be the future of this country.
You're right.
Then people want to lag on people. Sorry for my own biological brother who is Basta man called, I know what they call in America there. Former TRC member.
Oh, Veria, Jerome Veria.
Jerome Veria can't talk about it's everything coaching no about it, that's everything about no about Mata Bapu. Then you come down and fulfill it, bring a video clip, and then you put, look, this thing is not for joke. It's damaging the image of the government internationally and so on.
Thank you, officer. We appreciate. Okay, so let me pick the last call here and we get going. And I had wanted to have you on the female line, but the president slipped off, so I have to close at that. So let me pick it up from here and then we get going. And wow, the phone is at freeze. All right, so let me see. Oh, it's a freeze, so we clear that. All right, so folks, that's all the time we've got tonight on this very day. And so we are grateful to all of you, grateful that indeed we are here together. And that is it right here on this die. And that is it. That is how we work out with it. And we're right here and we're going to work together for the good of our country. So, folks, until we are back here tomorrow, God willing, let's watch and pray. Let's hope and see that things work out for the good of our country. And we are certainly getting there. So, until we are back here, do I for blessing that I wish my own producer, Dua Cruzo, he had some injuries and that he's sustained and he's making it up. And I pray that he get recovered soon. So, thanks so much, all of you, for the time. Until we're back here tomorrow.